Good morning, it's May 9th. I just left the hostel. I'm gonna walk up to the AT headquarters again. And then I'll also give you a little tour around town. All right, come on. Which is the psychological midpoint, and it really does feel like a midpoint here. I mean, it's great. The town's beautiful. I'm walking back from the hostel. Stayed there last night. It was $38 because they charge tax and some other stuff. I don't know it all. And but since I'm off for a week now, I'm going to go back on keto for this week. And then when I get back, I will slam bam anything I see I will eat. Simple sugars, complex sugars, carbs, whatever. But yeah, it's beautiful just walking. Okay, here's the post office. It's about a block or so up from the headquarters, and the headquarters is down that road around the corner, and that's where we're headed. Everything's getting ready to bloom around here. I just had my breakfast in that park. Yeah, look, it's blooming everywhere. Beautiful. Hang in there. Thank you, Garden Club of Harper's Ferry. So here's the Lutheran church as I'm walking toward the headquarters still. But that was caused in 1862, that damage, by a cannonball fired during the Civil War and the battle for Harper's Ferry. But it's still got damage. Okay, we're making our way still from the hostel, and there's the headquarters. I'm not even sure if it's open yet. I did see a house for sale back there. It looked nice and pretty, didn't have a price on it. If anybody's interested in buying a house in Harper's Ferry. So I was looking at this, and like yesterday we passed the West Virginia line. And then we came on down and we're kind of in town. It looks like I don't have much more to go before we're over the footbridge to the Potomac River, which is right there. And then there is the West Virginia-Maryland state line. So I'll be out of this West Virginia fairly quickly when we get back on the 18th.
Oh.
Name?
Taco money?
Taco money? Taco money?
Taco money.
Taco money. Oh, the taco money.
Taco money.
Now, how far have you gone so far?
180-ish.
And you started where?
Rockfish Gap, Virginia.
Rockfish. And you're headed north.
North.
And you're going to go all the way north, and you're going to come back and do this later this year or tomorrow or next year.
This summer.
This summer. All right, cool, man. And you did keto.
Yes.
And you dropped from what to what?
465 pounds to 220-ish.
And how are you feeling today?
Awesome.
You're feeling pretty awesome? You got this?
Oh, yeah.
Your legs are holding in there?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, have a good hike.
All right, cool.
Okay, we're continuing on down into Harper's Ferry Historical District. And I've left the headquarters. I waited an hour or so for my friend, but I did see another guy show up that I knew. And he was doing good. And first through hiker in today. Brick home, but look at the wall, huh? I really like what they're doing with the brick in that wall. Beautiful. I'm loving these old houses. This one has eagles, little eagles on the roof, holding the roof in place. And nice metal roof. And nice outdoor porch. You guys, if you know me at all, I love museums. This one is the John Brown Museum, Wax Museum. And they have all these different scenes of John Brown and the big rebellion.
You have just seen a series of exhibits depicting highlights of the controversial life of John Brown. The true character of John Brown is as much an enigma today.
Historical park. The Park Service runs all these buildings. So we're gonna go look at them real quick while I wait for my train, which again, I got another message that it is now going to be an hour late. And I was talking to some guys and they said it's always at least an hour late. And then there's my first fox. Of course, he's kind of stiff. He's been here a while. Let's see, I did see a fox in the Shenandoah Valley because this is still the Shenandoah Valley. And look, a raccoon. See, I did see a raccoon and a fox before I left to Shenandoah. Just like that. To Harper's Ferry, I'm going over to the Amtrak train. Like I said, I have to work today. So I'm headed to Richmond, Virginia via Washington, D.C. on the Amtrak. So I'm coming over here to the train station. How's it going, man? This is nice.
Attention passengers, this is the last call for the cafe. Last call for the cafe. Thank you.
Well, I worked today at Publix here in Richmond, Virginia, because this is as far north as the Publix go. I only had to go in for 5 minutes, do a computer training, and now I'm done for another 3 weeks. Yay. So now what I'm going to do on the rest of this video is go over something about the hikes up to now, which is I'm now in West Virginia. West Virginia is real short. But so here's kind of a synopsis. So if you're looking to do some long distance hiking or some section hiking or whatever, I took some notes so I have to be able to read them. So if you go to Georgia, of course, there's the southern terminus in Emaclula Falls, and it's not that bad. You can go, you can weigh your packs, you can go see the arch. You can go do the approach trail if you want and then come back down. Not bad little places. There's also a drive up to go to the southern terminus so you can watch some people start or just go up there. You know, it's like a mile or so up from the parking lot and then a mile or so back. It's not a bad little hike. And then also in Georgia, you get the 31 miles from that southern terminus to Neal's Gap. You know, it's a 3-day hike. Not bad. You do go over Blood Mountain, which is kind of up, and then you're done. You know, not bad, right? Then once you're done with that, you get close to North Carolina, right? And North Carolina, of course, has the Great Smoky Mountains. And the Great Smoky Mountains, it's 200 miles from Springer Mountain. We're still talking about the Smoky Mountains at the 1,000 mark. Even now, we're still talking about the Smokies because the Smokies are fairly steep. And for us in February, when we left, it was very cold because the temperature would say one thing, but you get up there, everything was frozen. And we had to fight through that. Now you can get off at Newfound Gap. You could actually drive up to Gatlinburg and go up and see Klingman's Dome. Not a bad little jaunt. It's very pretty up there and some great views. Fontana's Dam's there. Not bad at all. And then once you get through through there, that North Carolina-Tennessee border line that goes all the way up. There's also Max Patch, which was very interesting. All by yourselves. Just go up there, camp for the day, watch the sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful. These are all section hikes that I wished I had done, but now I have done them. And yeah, they were beautiful, beautiful places. Then, it goes on through the Smoky National Park, through Tennessee and North Carolina. The only problem is that North Carolina-Tennessee border, the phone companies there really don't jive with each other, and it's very bad reception. So you get reception, so you're going to be very isolated if you need to get out in an emergency, or you need to keep in contact with somebody. It gets really, really isolated. And then, of course, you'll get to out of North Carolina, you'll get to Irwin, which is a pretty big hiking town, and then that'll take you to Carvers Gap. And Carvers Gap was those balds. I think in my videos I actually did them twice because I actually went the wrong way, filmed them, and then the next day I filmed them again, and they're just beautiful up there. Those balds are really, I'm bald, but it's definitely balds, and they're really pretty. And then of course Virginia, which I've been marching through for, it's 1/4 of the Appalachian Trail. It's 500 miles, and it has, because it's so big, it's got everything in it. It starts off with Damascus, which next weekend, they'll have the hiker convention there, I guess is what it's called, where they're going to have trail days. I won't be there, but I will go next year. This year, I'm going to be up in New Hampshire, working on a couple of in the Whites or around Mount Washington, or doing absolutely nothing if it's too cold, which I'm hoping it's just too cold. And then there's always the Triple Crown, which was really pretty, and it's not that hard to get to, which was the Dragon's Tooth, McAfee's Knob, and the Tinker Cliffs. It's only, it's not that long, it's not that far, It's 700 miles from Springer, but it's still really pretty. Another place is the Grayson Highlands with the horses. It's one of the biggest mountains in Virginia, right there, and it's really pretty. It's got some spectacular views, and it has the horses, which are very interesting. Really enjoyed that area. And there's also, of course, the Shenandoah, that 100-mile stretch that I just went through. That one's very safe. It's patrolled. It's right by another road. You can go up there and camp if you wanted to, in the parking lot. You can take your car up there in the parking lot, park it, and then go on in and do some of the trail and stay at some of the shelters. Then once we got through that, you're getting into West Virginia, which I'm in now. And of course, I just showed you by the beginning of this video how historic Harper's Ferry is. It's a beautiful place. I'm really enjoying it. I met some really nice people there. There were some fans there they were really, really nice. And it has the headquarters for the ATC, which to me really, really was pretty neat. I really, really enjoyed that. And then now I will step across the river and walk into Maryland, but I really can't tell you anything about it because I haven't seen it yet. But I hope those are some of the highlights that I've seen as I've gone along in this first 1,000 miles. And it's really, really knocked me around, and it's bring me around to where I really am enjoying this hike. All right, guys. Now I will not be hiking until the 18th, but I'm going to do some other videos, and I hope they're as interesting as this video was. And go ahead and leave me some comments and tell me what you think. All right?